Welcome to Get Strong with Kaizzad. This is the episode that is dedicated to another very valuable exercise for triceps, which is the parallel bar dips. Now the parallel bar dip happens to be another great triceps exercise, which is misunderstood by many to be an exercise which is a combination of a triceps movement, also benefits the pectoral. It's not really a very beneficial movement for the pectoral. Yes, any kind of compound pressing that you do in whichever angle is going to work the pushing complex, which is the pectorals, deltoids and triceps. But the ratio keeps changing depending on the angle. Now the angle in which you're doing the parallel bar dip will activate the lower fibers of the pectoral. Remember the ones that I told you basically that originate from the aponeurosis of the external oblique. They will recruit them, but they're not going to recruit the bulk of the fibers, which is the sternocostal. Hence, I don't want to call it a pectoral movement. There are also some people who actually modify this movement to involve more of the pectorals. I'll show you how. And there is no point in doing that because there are so many more beneficial chest movements. Why would you want to convert this triceps movement into a pectoral movement? Let's see the execution. Kamlesh, let's have a few reps of the parallel bar dip. So first just watch and then I'll tell you what all to pay attention to. So why is this a tricep movement? If you'll remember the closed grip bench press, any pushing activity that you do with the elbows staying close to the body and not really flaring out will remove to a large extent out of the equation the pectoral and thus overloading the triceps. So this kind of a push that he's doing and lifting his body weight up with a push is happening primarily with the anterior deltoid and the triceps. Range of motion. Kamlesh, just do it again. Range of motion, obviously very important. Every exercise needs to be done in its full range of motion. So let me define the full range of motion as it comes to parallel bar dip. Okay, he's fully locked out. Very important to extend completely and not stage a sharp lockout. And as a reference point for the range of motion, let me just say that you need to keep coming down till the humerus is at least parallel to the floor. Where you're actually seeing Kamlesh going slightly lower, where the shoulder is dipping down slightly lower than the elbow, but the shoulder must at least come in line with the elbow. That will make the humerus parallel to the floor. At the bottom, that's the range. At the top, you must go to full lockout. Now this movement, many people try and sort of include more pectoral fibers by doing something like this. Two things will happen. They'll flare their elbows out and they'll try and lean into the movement to include more pectorals. Now this sort of gets the movement midway, neither here nor there. When you've got so many movements that you can do for your pectorals, why would you want to convert this into a pectoral movement? A few more things to consider. Kamlesh, again, this time I don't want you to lock your feet, just leave them dangling down. Do them. Basically, Kamlesh is capable of a lot of dips, a lot of repetitions with his body weight, which is why it doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. But when you leave your body loose-ended, when you don't tie up your body, it just makes the movement that much more difficult. The body doesn't really move like a unit. So be sure to interlock your feet. As you can see, this is a body weight movement. So what if the body weight becomes too light for you? Yes, there are some very fit people who can do a lot more than the rep range that they're aiming for. Especially at the advanced level, obviously, you should be training with a 6 rep max or even lower for that matter, or a 4 rep max or a 5 rep max. What if you can do 15 repetitions with your body weight? Then the ideal thing to do is try and add resistance to your body weight, add weight to your body weight. One very effective tool for doing that is a hip belt. It basically sits on your hip on top of your glutes and has a chain, and you can actually add plates to those chains and then get onto the parallel bar dips. So basically the added weight is giving added resistance, and then you can basically target the rep range that you're targeting, and hence you can hit failure in 4 to 5 reps or 6 reps. But if you don't have a hip belt, there is one more thing that you can do, a little bit more uncomfortable than a hip belt. And if it's only about 20-30 pounds that you want to add to your body, you could use this technique. So basically we're going to show that to you. Here is a dumbbell, and Kamlesh will lock his legs the way he normally does, and I will try and slide the dumbbell inside and hook it in. Kamlesh, 3 repetitions. Okay, lock it up. So you see the dumbbell nicely anchored between his legs, adding another 20-25 pounds to his body weight. Okay, that's it. Nice. So I hope you are finding these videos really worth your while watching. I hope you are finding it useful. I hope it's helping you all in your workouts getting stronger. And if you like these videos, then do subscribe to TheHealthSite.com.